Hey, welcome back to Cooking This Good Ass Vegan Food. And today we're making a vegan homemade pizza from scratch, so sit back, relax, and stay tuned. Okay, so first we're going to get started with our dough. We're going to use about 1.5 cups of spelt flour, and we're going to put it into our bowl first. Then we're going to put about a half cup of dark white flour into our dough. So I fill my measuring cup up with about 2 cups of water, but we're only going to add a little bit of time because we don't want to make the dough too sticky and too watery. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of water at a time and whisk it until it forms into a ball. Then I'm gonna get into adding the seasoning. And now the dough is thickening up a little bit. I'm gonna start seasoning it before I get to rolling it into a ball. Okay, to start off, we're gonna start with some onion powder. Ooh, probably a little bit too much. My bad. Okay, next we're gonna put a little ginger, a little bit. And I'm gonna use a little bit of this adobo. I'm gonna put some dill weed, nutritional yeast. I'm almost out, but that's cool. You can worry about that when it's time too. And I'm gonna throw a little bit of Creole, cause I like some flavor, you know. And last but not least, I'm gonna just put a little bit of basil. Now we're gonna mix that thing. So I add a little bit more water. Now I'm gonna whisk it into a bowl and get ready to roll out our dough. If you get too carried away with whisking your dough, make sure you preheat your oven to 350. Okay, that dough is doing what it needs to do. It's getting there. So we're just gonna smooth that in, get the knead in the dough before we roll it out to our crust. Put a little more flour. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep my pizza pan with the flour so I can get ready to roll the pizza crust out. I'm finna get in and rolling that dough out. Yep. My favorite pie. Okay, now my pizza ain't in no perfect circle, but that's cool. So I just folded the edges up, and now I'm gonna just put the fork to it around the edges so it can give it the real that crust feeling. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we're gonna do this all the way around. Then I'm about to put it in the oven for about 10 minutes before I add the toppings on it. That's how it's supposed to look a little bit. It's a little too much flour, but it's cool. We're gonna work with that, okay? Now, before you put it in the oven, I'll put a little grapeseed oil and spread it around. A little something. We're gonna spread that oil around something with this, you know, make sure it's not just in the middle, let it hit the outer spots. Yeah. This is how the crust looked before I put it in. I just dusted some flour off the edges. Now we're gonna put it in the oven for about 10 minutes and let it get a little solid. Then we're gonna add the toppings. Okay, so now while our crust is in the oven, we're gonna get started on the sauce. So I have a can of crushed tomatoes and a can of tomato paste. I'm gonna open the can, mix it in there with a little water, and put a little seasoning in there, let it boil, and that's gonna be our homemade sauce. Okay, this is what our sauce looking like after I put the crushed tomatoes and the tomato sauce in there. We're gonna go ahead and season it now. So about halfway through, once the pieces, your crust is in the oven, I just, took it out, spread a little bit of oil around the crust some more after it let it heat up for a minute. Okay, now let's get the seasoning in our sauce. We're gonna add a little dab of onion powder, a little dab, maybe 3-4 dabs, but that's cool. Okay, we're gonna drop some thyme in there, cause I be on time sometime. Fennel seeds, give it that little Italian flavor. You know, like when you get those little fennel seeds that be in your pizza, and you be like, oh my God, what is that? I just chewed on. Yeah, that's what that is. We're gonna throw a little minced onion, cause that's just a little onion. Onion just make me happy, you know. Italian seasoning, yeah. And last but not least, we're gonna drop some oregano up in there, and then stir that thing around. Write that thing down, write that thing down, write that thing down, write a read. Beat that. Okay, you see that sauce is sauce and how it's supposed to. Oh my God. Ooh. This pizza finna be so Yeah, you already know. You already know how I'm coming. But yeah, stay tuned, stay tuned. Okay, this how the crust looking. I thought let it sit in the oven for about 10 minutes. Now I'm finna get to adding the sauce and the cheese. Okay, now first I'm finna add that sauce. Roll that thing down, pat it down there, get it down. I think that might be a little too much. We might have to scoop some off the top. Scoop is a little too big, but it's cool. What's a pizza without a lot of sauce? You know what I'm saying? Got that thing on there like that. Okay, so we getting somewhere, okay? We getting there. Now we're gonna add that cheese on top and then throw that thing back up in the oven. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna use Follow Your Heart brand of vegan cheese and just sprinkle that thing on the top and put it back in the oven. Pizza looking like when I sprinkled all that cheese up on there. Now I'm about to drop some crushed red pepper and some parsley on top and pop that thing in the oven, Like a little spice. A little spice is always nice. Okay. Now the parsley for the aesthetic. We gotta keep the aesthetic as opposed to. Ooh. Okay, in the oven we going. So I'm gonna put it in the oven maybe about 15 to 20 minutes, really until the cheese start melting. But check. You know how to check your pizza often. Yeah. It's just a little sneak peek on how the pizza doing. That thing doing what it needs to do. Now, of course, don't expect the vegan cheese to melt all the way, but it's gonna get close enough. I'm gonna let it sit in here for about maybe 5-10 more minutes because I like mine a little crispy. Yeah, we gonna check it out later. Okay, so that pizza is just about done. I just took that thing up out the oven. You see it sizzling? Look at the way it's sizzling. Let's watch it. Okay, so I'm gonna let it cool down a little bit. Then I'm gonna go ahead and slice that thing up and taste it. Now, if y'all know me, y'all know I love some pizza. Look at that thing. Beautiful. Woo! Okay, I just cut the piece up. It's looking how it's supposed to look, Now we're finna go ahead and taste it. Okay, that's that pizza. It's doing what it needs to do. Now I'm gonna add a little Parmesan cheese. This is the brand I got it from Pete's Fresh Market. I'm gonna throw a little bit of that on there, and then I'm gonna taste it. Okay, so now our pizza done. Now we're gonna go ahead and taste it. Let me give you a sneak peek. Yep. So, thank y'all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe down below and go make you some.